Have you grabbed your Danish Bible yet? Do you know what it is? It is the Essential Grammar Danish Bible. It's your go-to guide when you just need to have a quick check what's going on with Danish grammar. It's available on Amazon and on DanishTube. Is it called Amazon? No, it's probably called Amazon. Doesn't matter. Links are in the description. Go and check it out.
Hey Danish tubers, and welcome to another Learn Danish with Stories. This time in tour in Copenhagen, a trip in Copenhagen, and we're going to have focus on prepositions. This little story is kind of part of an entire class on prepositions. So remember, if you're looking to boost, rocket, get good at Danish, follow links in the description. You can join the Essential Danish Tube membership or take private classes with me. For now, let's read this story, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it once, just sort of normally translate it as I go, and after I'm going to go back and zoom in a little bit on the prepositions and talk about some of the common stuff you have to do with Danish. So here we go. First page. I dag. Try to read it normally. I dag. Who reads like that? Here we go. I dag er en skøn dag i Copenhagen. Today is a beautiful day in Copenhagen. Solen skinner, og jeg går en tur i Kongens Have. The sun is shining, and I'm going for a walk in the King's Garden. Jeg ser en mand, der går med shorts og sandaler. I see a guy, a man, who's wearing shorts and sandals. Han har også sokker på. Det er underligt, tænker jeg. He's also wearing socks. That's strange, I think. Kind of to myself, I hope. Så går jeg over på Nørreport station og videre ned ad Strøget, hvor nogen handler i butikker, mens andre sidder og drikker kaffe uden for restauranterne. Okay, then I go over to Nørreport station and continue down Strøget, not Strøget or Strøget, Strøget, have fun with that, where some are shopping in shops, of course, while others are sitting and drinking coffee outside of the restaurants. Don't worry, when I go through it once more time, I'm going to go through it a bit slower. But for now, let's just read through it. Jeg er på vej til Nationalmuseet, som ligger tæt på Tivoli. I'm on my way to the National Museum, which is close to Tivoli. Først skal jeg over på den anden side af Nytorv. First, I need to go over to the other side of New Square. Jeg går igennem porten og ser en udstilling om Danmarks historie. I go through the gate and see an exhibition about Denmark's history, the history of Denmark. Vikingerne ser altid seje ud. The Vikings always look cool. Bagefter går jeg hen til hovedbanegården for at tage toget til min næste destination. Afterwards, I go to Central Station to catch the train to my next destination. Nice, exciting stuff. Næste side. I toget sidder jeg ved vinduet og kigger ud, mens jeg tænker på min far. On the train, I sit by the window and look out while thinking about my father. Jeg begynder at trække på smilebåndet. I start to smile. This is a funny expression, which is basically like, it just means to smile. It literally is, I start to pull on the smile band. Landskabet ændrer sig, og jeg ser marker og små landsbyer. The landscape changes and I see fields and small villages. Jeg står i toget og går mod stranden. I get off the train and walk towards the beach. Her møder jeg nogle venner, og vi sætter os ned for at nyde solnedgangen. Here I meet some friends and we sit down to enjoy sunset. Nice. Næste side. Efter en spændende dag vender jeg tilbage til byen og går gennem gaderne, indtil jeg når hjem. After an exciting day, I return to the city and walk through the streets until I reach home. Jeg tænker på alle de smukke steder og de gode oplevelser, jeg har haft i dag. Og nu, nu skal jeg på date. Dette har jeg glædet mig til. I'm thinking about all the beautiful places, good experiences I had today. And now, well, now I'm going on a date. I've been looking forward to this. Cool. That was our little story. Again, it's a bit of a nonsense story. It's nothing exciting, but it's just to focus a little bit on pronunciation, right? When we read this in class together, I usually get you, the student, to read it, and I highlight any pronunciation stuff as we go along. And particularly in this class, we have focus on prepositions. So we also try to look at where are the prepositions and why are we using them? Why are we using this preposition specifically? Let's go through it one more time. And this time I'll read it a little bit slower, focus a bit more on pronouncing the words, and also talk about why we're using that preposition. Here we go. I dag en skøn dag I København. I, our first preposition. Whoops, I changed the page, didn't want to do that. I København. So anytime you're talking about a town, usually you are I, that place. Valby, Brøndby, Lyngby, but also countries, right? I Denmark, I England. Then there are other places that use på, and it's very literal often in Danish, right? Places around Copenhagen, for example, that end on bridge, like Vesterbro and Nørrebro, you are på those things because you're technically saying you're on a bridge, which is a bit odd, but that's just kind of generally how it goes. Solen skinner, og jeg går en tur I Kongens Have. Again, I Kongens Have. Anytime you're in the garden or you're in a park, there you use I. Jeg ser en mand, der går med shorts og sandaler. Oh no! Han har også sokker på. Here we're using the word på. So anytime you talk about I have a beanie on, en hue på, en hættetrøje på, bukser på, sokker på, all of these things, you have them on. Makes perfect sense, right? Use på. Det er underligt, tænker jeg. It's weird. This is a true story. Anyone that knows me knows that I hate people that wear socks and sandals. So if that's you, leave a comment and I will troll you. Så går jeg over på Nørrebro station og videre ned ad Strand. So here we have over. It makes perfect sense, right? You go over to the station, but notice how I used på. Often when you talk about being at a place, you also use på. So på kind of has two uses, right? If you say I'm at the office, at the library, at the museum, you also use på. There's many places around the city where you would be på that place. På kontor, på bibliotek, på apotek, and so on and so on. So på station is also another one, at the station. Videre, ned L. This ned L is saying down, and the L is signifying sort of a movement almost. So I'm walking down the street. And Strøget is, of course, the main shopping street in Copenhagen. That sort of kilometer-long street with all the shops on it. Så hvor nogen handler I butikker. So here we have sort of an exception, if you like, because all of those places I mentioned, library, pharmacy, you're always på those places. But the shop and also the supermarket, for example, those you are I. You would never usually på. Mens andre sidder og drikker kaffe uden for restauranterne. Restaurant is something you're usually på. Also the cafe, you're at the cafe, at the restaurant. Here, notice I've used uden for, two words. Uden for as one word means outside, just I'm outside. But as two words, it means I'm outside of a place. So I could be in my house, but outside of the door. So I would use two words, uden for døren. Cool. Next page. Let's keep going. Jeg på vej til Nationalmuseet. Jeg på vej. På vej, sort of a fixed expression, right? I'm on my way, makes sense. Until also very much makes sense to the museum. Yeah. Som ligger tæt på Tivoli. Tæt på. Anytime you live close to something, you are tæt på. Først skal jeg over på den anden side af Nytorv. Same thing here, pretty straightforward, right? I need to go over to the other side. I guess this one's a bit odd because in English I need to go over to the other side. And I've used the word på, and I guess that's because I'm referring to Nytorv. Yes, go over på. Now I'm saying the other side, på den anden side. Right? You're always on på denne side or på den anden side, on this side or on that side. So rather than saying to the other side, I say on the other side. Jeg går igennem porten og ser en udstilling om Danmarks historie. I go through, the word here, igennem. I've been asked the question recently, what's the difference between gennem and igennem? Mellem and imellem? I don't know. No, pretty much, you can use both. There's not really a specific rule here. There sometimes is. I think I'm going to make another video where I dissect it a bit more. But to keep it short and simple here, they're interchangeable. you can use both, unless you're using it as an adverb, which here we're not. We're using it to signify going through something, a preposition. So I could probably use both. I go again important, I go again important. I don't think there's any specific rule here. Anyway, vikingerne ser altid sejre ud. Nothing to talk about here regarding prepositions. Bagefter går jeg hen til hovedbanegården. This is, of course, the central station. Head track farm. The head track farm. Literally, the word hen signifies a movement to or towards. So it's kind of odd because we have a double to, hen til. Whereas in English you say, afterwards I go, what have I written here in translation? Let me see. Afterwards I go to the central station. Maybe it would be better to say I walk over to, because here it sounds like I'm walking over to the central station. But it's all til min næste destination. Makes sense, right? To my next destination. Easy one. Næste side, next page. I toget sidder jeg ved vinduet og kigger ud, mens jeg tænker på min far. Gets a little bit nostalgic in this line. Don't know why. Random. Anyway, I toget. All the modes of transport you are I. Whereas in English you're on the bus, on the train, on the plane. In Danish you have to say I'm in the train, in the bus, in the plane, in the car. The only thing you can be på is a motorbike or a bike or a skateboard, something you very literally are on. And then we have this word vil vinduet. Vil is often used to say that you are by something, close by something. Earlier we had tæt på, whereas vil just means I'm by the side of it, right? So yeah, vil vinduet. Jeg kigger ud, I see where I'm looking out. Jeg begynder at trække på smilebåndet. Just a little expression here. Landskabet ændrer sig, og jeg ser marker og små landsbyer. Yeah, nothing here. Jeg står af toget. Good preposition here. Af toget. Anytime you're getting off the bus, off the train, and I guess it kind of looks like the word off a little bit. Jeg står af, right? I'm getting off. Og går mod stranden and walk towards the beach. Her møder jeg nogle venner, og vi sætter os ned for at nyde solnedgangen. Yeah, nothing else here, I don't think. Let's continue. Next page, and last page. Efter en spændende dag vender jeg tilbage til byen og går gennem gaderne, indtil jeg når hjem. We have another example with gennem here. Here I'm talking about gennem gaderne. Before I used igennem, and I don't know, maybe it's there. Before I was going through a port, like very literally through something. Whereas here I'm walking through the streets, and you can hear this kind of difference. But I'm not going to put any rules down on it just yet. I'll wait for the next video on that one. Indtil jeg når hjem. Jeg tænker på alle de smukke steder og de gode oplevelser, jeg har haft i dag. Anytime you think about something, you tænker på that thing. Often I hear people say tænker om. And I think it's because you can say soon as on, and it gets a bit mixed, and you think of the word about, and often you do use on to say about, but this expression or phrasal verb specifically is always tænker på. And also one little note here, the word i dag always has to be two words. I dag, i morgen, i aften, always two words, never one. Og nu, nu skal jeg på date. Again, a bit odd here, I'm going on a date, right? It's the same as English, på date. Here, på just means on. Dette har jeg glædet mig til. Another nice fixed expression. I've been looking forward to it. Nice. Busted. So that was a little story with focus on prepositions. If you liked these sort of videos with little stories, make sure to give me a like, leave a comment and let me know. And also get in touch, click the links below if you want to take classes, private classes, and explore Danish prepositions some more with me. Otherwise, tak fordi du så med. Vi ses i den næste video. Hej hej.